Hello, Alden. Alternate here, coming to you with this week's episode of Free Publicity Secrets. Is it time for you to step up yet? Is it time for you to be seen and be heard? Way too many people die with the music in them. And way too many people have a lot of fear around stepping up and being seen and heard in the media. Now, if this is you, you're not alone, okay? It's a very common thing. I see it with a lot of my clients. I see a lot of people who have fear, and this shows up in many different ways, okay? They say, yes, I really want media coverage, but I'm just not ready yet. I haven't got my website ready, or my sales funnel's not ready, or this isn't ready, or my book's not ready, or that's not ready. The fact is that everything you've done to this point has brought you right where you are right now. And if you're a human being, there will be a story that you can share right now as your life is. And of course, when you get media coverage, if you just lead people even to a Facebook page, then you can collect leads that way, or to a Facebook group. You don't have to have your whole website and your whole CRM sorted to get media coverage and to start putting yourself out there and sharing your story and inspiring people with what you do. Now, if you have a great product, a service, or a message and not enough people know about it, then free publicity is a way that you can leverage yourself and have your message get out to thousands, if not millions of people by just sharing your story once. So if you're time poor, if you have a great product or service and you're time poor and you're overwhelmed, then this particularly is a fantastic marketing strategy for you, because not enough people are using it. Now, I recently did some Facebook ads to give it a go, give it a try, do some Facebook ads to see what happens. And let me tell you, I spent thousands of dollars and it was not worth it. Okay, it was not worth it. People are wasting money on advertising. Okay, it may work for some people, but generally it's only about 1 in 4 people I see that Facebook ads actually work for. So free publicity, where you get someone to actually interview you because you have a great story to share, and you do have a great story to share, whether you realize you do or not, you do. Okay, if you've had any hardship that you've overcome, there's a story right there. If you're in business, there'll be a reason why you started the business that you're in. If you're passionate about something, there'll be a reason why you're passionate about that thing you're passionate about. There's stories in all of that, right? What is unique, new, newsworthy, different about what you do? And you bring your own slant to whatever it is you do, whatever field you're in, right? There's always stories that the media can make up around what you do, right? Now, if you're going to be launching a book or you're going to be doing an event or something like that, well, that's fantastic, because if you have something with a date to point to, that will help you get media coverage, because it will create some urgency for you, right? If you have some urgency with the media, they're more likely to cover things rather than having stories be held over for a long time. Now, my background is for 37 years, I've been in the media in one form or another. I'm actually 47 now. So 10 years of age, I was interviewed by the media at the Manly Daily in Sydney. They actually interviewed me for table tennis way back then. I was a top junior table tennis player before I went totally off the rails and got kicked out of home at 15 and rebellious and all of that. All of that happened. At age 11, I had my first media training. I was on Cartoon Connection on Channel 7 in Sydney. And age 13, I had my own radio show in Sydney, and it was a very angry poetry show. I used to just express myself through the media all the time. And then I did a media degree, and I've worked in TV, radio, and print for over 20 years as a photojournalist primarily. And it's been a hell of a ride. I've had the great fortune to interview people like Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe, Cyndi Lauper, people like that who are just like you and I. Once upon a time, they were once the world's best kept secret. Right, and now they're known because of a few things, and they're known mainly because they're passionate about what they do. They love what they do, and this shows. Okay, when you love what you do, absolutely it will show, and it will also give you longevity in what you do. If you're not passionate about what you do, you're not going to last in it. We see this again and again. Don't just do something for the money. It's not a strong enough motivator. And it's not all about the money. Of course, money helps, and money is an indication of how much you've been of service to people, but that should not be the number one motivator, ideally, for what you do, because you will not stick with it. So what is your heart saying to do? And, I really want to share with you today The 5 top regrets that people have when they die. Now, did you know that a third of all people die by the age of 65? 1/3 of all the world's population die by the age of 65. And these are the top 5 regrets that people have. The first one is, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. A life true to yourself. So what is true to you? What is your heart singing for? What is it that when you do it, you love it so much that money is not an issue? If you weren't being paid for that one thing, you would do that again and again and again. What is it that makes your heart sing? Second thing, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Second biggest regret of the dying. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Now, they say if you love what you do, you never have to work another day in your life, right? I wish I hadn't worked so hard. The third regret of the dying is, I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. Now, the beauty of getting media coverage is, while you may be nervous at first, the more media coverage you get, the more you will have confidence in sharing your message. And especially if you come from the heart and share from the heart and be vulnerable, it's a beautiful thing. And people connect with you like nothing else. And the fact is there's always going to be people that love you and people that hate you. So the more you step up in life, you're going to get more of that, right? You're going to get more people that love you and more people that hate you. So you need to toughen yourself to criticism, as all celebrities who last in the business do. They toughen themselves to criticism. They stay true to themselves, true to their heart, true to their path. And that's how you stay in the game. You have longevity. You know, where 80% of businesses fail in 5 years, in the next 5 years, another 80% of those fail. Right? They're the stats. We want you to be one of the survivors, right? One of the ones that not just survive, but actually thrive in business. Now, the fourth regret of the dying is, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. Now, interestingly, when people end up in relationships, often they forget about their friends, right? So, you know, who could you reach out to today? Well, who's a friend that you've been maybe thinking about, you've had a prompting to call and you haven't contacted that person? Who's someone you could stay in touch with today? I wish I'd stayed in touch with my friends. And the fifth biggest regret of the dying is, I wish I had let myself be happier. Wish I had let myself be happier. So what is it that makes you happy? What is it that puts a smile on your dial? What is it? You know, for me, I love doing what I do. I love teaching people how to get publicity. I love seeing my clients in the media and stepping up and sharing inspiring stories. And what is it you stand for? We've just had International Women's Day on Monday. #choose to challenge. What are you challenging in your life, in your personal life, or in the community at large? You know, personally, I'm challenging the way we've been doing media. You know, a lot of people say they're sick of all the negative media out there. Well, I'm sick of it as well. And, you know, I've had depression in the past. I've had 4 friends take their own lives by the age of 45. And worldwide, annually, 1 million people take their lives worldwide. That's the stats. And I believe if we have more good news out there, more positive stories, and any negative can be turned into a positive, right? It's not saying that there's no negatives out there. Of course, you're going to have the dark and the light. There always is that, like the yin yang of life, right? How can you turn your negatives into positives? And how can you share that story to inspire people around you? Even if you impact one person with what you share, it's worth putting that out there, right? So I really want to encourage you, inspire you today to step up, to be seen and heard, to take the first steps on this journey. Now, I do have an amazing event, which is free. It's phenomenal. It's called Free Publicity Secrets, coming up on the 24th of March from 9 to 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. 4 hours of amazing content for free. And this is my gift to you. People have done my workshops and gone straight out and got publicity afterwards. So I don't hold back on the content. I give you a lot of amazing insider secrets from my years as a journalist, receiving hundreds of press releases every day. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. And I have the only company I know of that guarantees media coverage for my clients. That's how confident I am with what I do. And everyone has a story, right? Whether your own personal story, your business story, there'll be something that you can share, or a passion project. You know, there's always things that you can get media coverage for, and you don't have to smuggle drugs out of Bali to get coverage, right? You don't have to do anything like that. So I encourage you to check out freeprsecrets.com. I'll pop that into the chat here, freeprsecrets.com. And if you have any questions at all about getting publicity, please do pop them in the comments, and I can either answer them now if you're quick, or I can come back to your questions. freeprSecrets.com. Check it out in the chat there. I would love to hear from you, or if you have any, questions, comments at all about the media, or maybe it's time for you to step up to be seen and be heard. Maybe that's you. Now, if you want to help share more positive news as well, I do have the Global Good News Challenge that I started back in June 2020 during COVID, when I was fed up with the negative news, and it continues, of course, all the negative news around COVID. My goodness, it's unbelievable. I just saw a video yesterday about nanoparticles in vaccines. Pretty scary stuff when you look into this. There's some phenomenal things out there, and there's video footage that seems absolutely real to me. So do your own research on that. But, there's some interesting things happening with these vaccines right now. So do your own research with everything you hear. Do not believe everything you hear in the mainstream media. Okay, I can tell you as a journalist, there were definitely hidden agendas that were happening. And I know for sure, my gut knows, and your gut will know too. When you tune in, you'll know when you hear some fishy news versus some truth. You know the truth. We know. We are more powerful than we think we are, right? So you will know. Question everything. Do your own research on everything out in the media. And if you want to inspire more good news, then I encourage you to hop along to the Global Good News Challenge Facebook page. I will just share this right now with you. Global Good News Challenge Facebook page. And we have different challenges every month where you can share. You can do a 4-day Facebook Live challenge, and you can just share your name, what you do, 3 things you're grateful for, and a piece of good news. And all the details are pinned to the top of this page. I do encourage you to hashtag Global Good News Challenge if you are going to do a good news challenge. And let's help share some more positivity, gratitude. Love and gratitude are the highest vibrations you will feel, okay? So the more you can get into love and gratitude, the better you will feel, and the better those around you will feel. Thank you so much for joining me. Alden Altenay signing out now for Free Publicity Secrets. And keep up the great work for all those who are out inspiring others at this time. I think the world needs more love, truth, inspiration than ever before. And you can, as Gandhi says, be the change you wish to see in the world. Come and join me at freeprSecrets.com on the 24th of March. There's the amazing workshop and also the Global Good News Challenge. We have a 4-day challenge coming up for April, so you can check that out. And I also have mass media tribe events. I have a whole lot of stuff that I do, so please do reach out. Just Google me. You'll find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, even TikTok. I don't do much on there, but so let's connect on the social media. Subscribe to Media Queen TV if you haven't already. I've got about 600 videos on there. Some amazing, inspiring interviews, including one I did today with Michelle Slight, who has survived 6 rapes. And she's just put a book out today, which is only 99 cents US on Amazon. She's launched it today. Michelle Slight, all about empowering rape victims in life and love. So we just did a 1-hour interview there that you can see on Media Queen TV on YouTube, as well as my Facebook page, Alden Altenay Media Queen as well. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world. We'll see you again next week with more Free Publicity Secrets. Bye for now.